What's good, y'all? This your boy Lazarus, back at it again with another video. And today, man, we're gonna be reacting to some Reddit dating life posts. You know what I'm saying? What people are going through regularly through the dating market. You know what I'm saying? They're posting their experiences on Reddit. And I've came across this not too long ago, and there has been some wild stories, man. Some wild stories. So we are going to get into them. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and follow me on the gram so we can share other topics like this, man, because we got to get into these, man. These are very important. Very important. So let's go ahead and get into this. Now, when they say 18M or 20F, they just say the ages of the male and the female. Okay? So, already off rip. It sounds like for 18, he making some good money for himself. Man, wasn't like that for me. But just like in my last video, but just ungrateful.
Update: my 18 male girlfriend, 20 female of 6 months, found out how much I make in a month. Now she expects me to spoil her regularly. Okay, Reddit. Lately, I've been making pretty solid money at my job, and business has been booming in the area I oversee. I work my ass off, 9-5 laboring in the scalding western sun. My girlfriend is unemployed, but hasn't looked for a job since before we were even dating. I've addressed that issue with her many times, but she always shoots me down and plays the victim. Now, I do mobile banking with a relatively small bank in my city. All my expenses and gains are listed in the app, so it's all I use. The thing is, when you open the app, it requires you to enter your password before you can do anything. Cut to last week. I had just got to my apartment on payday after work. She came over and we were talking about our days. When I decided to check my bank account, she must have been looking over my shoulder and saw my password before I got into the shower. Opened my phone without me giving her permission, and looked at my expenses. When I got out of the shower, she was furious. She went on a rant about how I never treat her or care for her, both exaggerations considering I take her out every week and buy her gifts regularly, and how I need to clean up my act if we are to stay together.
It's for them to stay together. What the flip? Yo. See, this woman is so unappreciative. He takes her out every week and buys her gifts regularly, but says she's not getting spoiled enough. Homegirl, you don't even have a job, but yet you act like you deserve the world. And I'm not saying you do need to have a job to deserve the world, but you, if you plan on, you shouldn't even be talking like that, period. Since he's taking care of everything, you shouldn't even be talking. You shouldn't even be talking. You shouldn't even be opening your mouth to say such words. The freak? Crazy.
Because I make too much to not treat her like a goddamn queen. She has never acted like...
Bull crap. Nobody deserves to be treated like a queen. Just because they say, oh, I deserve to be treated like a queen. If I'm gonna tell y'all straight up, woman, I'm gonna put y'all on game. If you tell any dude that you deserve to be treated like a queen, he is instantly not gonna treat you like a queen. Period. I'm just saying like it is. If you tell a dude, a real man, that you deserve to be treated like a queen, oh, we're not going to treat you like a queen. We're gonna play along and act like we are gonna treat you like a queen. Then we're gonna dig your guts out and toss you to the doggone street. Because as men, we have to earn our title as a king. And for you to just sit up here and just randomly say, oh, I deserve to be treated like a queen, that's just like me saying I deserve to be treated like a king when I didn't even work to become a king. The freak I look like? Heck no. So I'm put y'all on game right there. Don't ever tell that to a dude. He will instantly dig your guts out and toss you to the curb. That's a huge red flag.
So I got very upset. We argued for a while, and after a few hours she stormed out of my apartment. I am on my last leg here. My mind is telling me to leave, but she's genuinely nice and caring. Something I've never really had in a relationship before. Help me. Reddit. Too long didn't read. GF saw how much I make in a month. Yelled at me for not spoiling her, and stormed out. Update. Before I start this, just let me say how thankful I am to everyone that commented. I read everything when I had time, and the advice really helped me with my decisions that followed. Last night, I did a lot of thinking, played a lot of Overwatch, and read a lot of comments. One thing that stood out to me most was to change my passwords, so I did immediately. After that, around 9 p.m., I packed up everything she's left at my place, enough to fill a medium box and everything she's ever given me. One plushie elephant. I wasn't bitter or anything. I just knew that enough was enough and she isn't who she was when we first started hanging out. I drove to her house and
They switch up when they realize how much you make. They switch up when they realize how much you be making. It is no joke.
we talked before I gave her the box. She was very insistent that how she was acting is acceptable, and that things were going to change between us if we were to stay together. I said I'd rather not, went to my car and brought her the box. I told her she could keep everything I've given her, and I left. Later last night, my phone exploded with texts from all of her friends. They called me names, said I wasn't a man, and just generally harassed me. I didn't.
See, people are just stupid because they don't understand the whole situation. And they will go to the woman and be because she'll play that victim card and then act like everything is bad because of him. That's why it's just crazy sometimes to deal with women. Because y'all act stupid like this and then put the blame all on us. Right?
Didn't respond to any of the texts, and instead just went to bed early. Work today was a breeze. All my coworkers were very nice and helpful. A girl I've had a little crush on even took me to lunch. Tacos. Hell yeah. Overall, today was pretty solid. She's been calling and texting still, mainly just berating me. You're not man enough for me anyway. I never really loved you. And honestly, I'm glad she did that, because it made getting over her a much easier process. When I got home just a little while ago, she was at my apartment. She was crying and asking me to take her back.
How you gonna ask for him to take you back right after you just tell him that you never loved him anyway? Let me repeat this. How the freak you gonna pull up to his crib and ask him to take you back when you text him 2 hours ago, I never loved you anyway? You are crazy.
Saying she was so sorry for the things she said and it would never happen again. Now, normally, I am kind of a pushover. I was probably hugged too much as a kid. Shout out to my parents, but in this instance, I stood up for myself and told her what she did was wrong and immoral, and that she should just leave. She went into anger mode again and started screaming at me. I told her to get the duck off my porch before I call the complex's security. And she left pretty quickly after that. The only real problem I have with any of this is how little I care about it. Instead, I feel very relieved that she's gone and I don't have to deal with her anymore. I guess my family felt the same, because when I told them, the collective response was, "Oh, thank God." The kicker for me in all this.
Bro, your family knew about that? Hey, you didn't take notice either? Trust me, when it comes to relationships, your parents or your family members, they always have the best in heart for you. They always do. No matter how good the girl may treat you, if she has bad family issues too, your family will be paying attention to that too. They'll pay attention to everything outside of your relationship.
This is a pretty hopeful one. Me and the aforementioned girl from work have had each other's numbers for quite a while now, and we only use them for work reasons. When I went inside my apartment after telling my ex off, I saw that I got a text from her. The full message said, "Hey, I know this might be a little forward, but do you want to hang out this weekend?" I responded with a resounding hell yes, and we made a plan of it.
Oh
She wants
yeah,
to
do
take
your
me out
thing,
for dinner,
homie.
and then go back to her house and make watch Animaniacs on Netflix. Reddit. I am being taken on a mother duckin' date. This has never happened to me before and advice on that situation would be much appreciated. Do I put out? Too long didn't read, changed my passwords. Stood up for myself. Dumped her ass and got a date. Feeling pretty great about my situation. Good for you for standing up for yourself. It seems your family knew what she was really like. Good luck with the co-worker. It'll be fun to find out how well you should be treated in a relationship. If you really like the girl, don't put out. Tell her you just left a bad relationship and stay friendly. Don't want a girl you like to be or feel like a rebound girl. Second story. Me 28 male with my girlfriend 27 female 3.
Mind you, this dude was 18 and he went through all that. Dang, bro. That's crazy.
Years. She got a DNA test and gave me the results. So yeah, like the title says, but let me explain. When I was 20 I had a girlfriend from high school. We had been together for 5 years. She ended up getting pregnant and wanted to get married. Being young and stupid, I agreed. We got engaged and I was so happy until the baby was born. He came out mixed, not to be racist. I didn't sign the birth certificate and I questioned her right there in her hospital room. Long story short, she had been sleeping with her boss. It started when she was 17. He's 45 now.
I'll be telling y'all, women have work husbands. Whether it be her boss, whether it be her co-worker, they have work husbands. They either get attention from them or they get dug out by them. That's why, personally, me, I always will work to make sure my girl does not have to go to work to experience other dudes and to experience other things, period. As long as it's with me.
She cried and tried to convince me we could still be a family and that she'd spend her life making it up to me. After much talking, I took the ring from her, had to pry it from her hand and left. It's been 7-8 years since then, and I've met a wonderful woman and I've told her about my past. We recently just had a baby girl. She's adorable and I am really happy, although I was a bit nervous signing the birth certificate. We got home a week ago and she gave me something and told me she loves me and hopes it will make me feel at ease. It was DNA results, but I don't understand why she would do this. Though, she knows I trust her and I never suspected she was cheating or anything. Should I open it? Should I just leave it? What should I do? Too long didn't read. My girlfriend had me a DNA test even though I never asked for one. Update. So, let me clear something up right away. Where did she get your DNA from? Ha ha ha. She got it from me when I was asleep. I am a heavy sleeper, so that's how she did it. She could have slept with someone else and got pregnant and used the real father's DNA. That would have been hard for her to sleep with someone else because during the time our daughter was conceived we were staying in a hotel. On with the update. So, after reading the comments which were just telling me how much of a keeper she is, I didn't open it. I went to look for her and just gave it back, which surprised her. She asked me why didn't I open it and I told her I trust her because I do and I didn't need a silly DNA test. We hugged and kissed and she just threw it in the kitchen drawer and that's where it shall remain. After I made her favorite dinner, Parmesan chicken with a salad and garlic bread, and sorta had a date. Honestly, she's treated me better than any girlfriend ever did and I am glad I met her when I did. After we talked, and I don't know what she was doing, but it made me realize I really need to marry her. So I looked through the drawers and found a plastic ring. Don't know where it came from, just know that's why me and her call it the shit drawer, and went back to her. And I proposed. I thought for sure she'd get pissed that it wasn't a real ring, but she didn't. She cried and said yes and actually put it on LOL, but I do plan on getting her a real nice one. So, I am engaged now. Don't know if it still counts considering I didn't have a real ring. Too long didn't read. I decided not to open the results because I know the answer in my heart. I gave it back and after a nice dinner proposed with a plastic ring. Third story. My best.
I'm happy for bro. I'm really happy. That's a tragic situation to go through. That's a really tragic situation. Crazy. 1 second. Gotta connect my doggone. Oh my gosh. My internet connection just went out. Everything just went out, bro. This is exactly why I be telling y'all, like, my current videos, they just been laggy. It's my internet connection. They usually don't be like this. You know what I'm saying? See, now it's connected again, but it's laggy. Look at it. It's laggy. 1 second. There we go. Sorry about that, y'all. It's just internet difficulties. I'm just saying, not technical difficulties, but internet difficulties. Now, let's get back to it.
Best friend 22 female of 16 years who has never shown interest in me surprises me 22 male at my graduate school apartment and seduces me into a friends with benefits relationship. I've known this girl Erin since we were in elementary school. Our families are really close. Our parents are best friends and neighbors. We would often spend countless hours together at each other's houses. It got to the point where we could literally let each other in each other's houses' rooms with parental supervision, which is a big deal as kids, teens. I've always been attracted to her. In middle school she was cute. High school she was extremely attractive. We went to prom together as friends. I've told her a few times over the years how I felt, and she was always saying, you know, let's just be friends or that would be weird. Pretty much turning me down. We grew distant in undergrad due to us attending different universities, and then she studied abroad but still kept in touch from time to time, Skype, text, holidays, etc. In undergrad I started working out seriously and playing soccer. We both played since we were young. I've never been out of shape, but I've never been this physically defined in my life. After graduating college I went into grad school where I stayed in a single apartment on campus. I leave a key at my parents' in case I ever lose or forget mine. One evening I am taking a nap and hear someone coming in my apartment. By the time I open my eyes and get myself together, Erin is already sitting on my bed. I am thrilling to see her. It's been nearly 2 years at this point since we've physically seen each other.
That long time of physical development can change the world. Change the world.
She crawls over, hugs me, and that's when I realize things kinda went different. She leans in and instead of the normal, "Hey, what's up and how's life?" kisses me on the lips. I am blown away, shocked and beyond happy. Kisses lead to touching and touching leads to tax. When we finish, she tells me I better get used to her because she's attending the same graduate school. She says she wants to more of this, and mind you, at the time I was still on cloud 9. So of course I says sure without thinking. That was nearly 3 months ago, and now she comes over. Some days we talk like best friends and other days it's just a lot of tax. My emotions are all over the place.
Digging
as if
out
it wasn't
Gus. Hey, man.
As bad as her best friend being FWB is really a challenge for me. To my knowledge, she has no boyfriend, no love interest or anything like that, but whenever I bring up dating or anything serious, I am met with SI time and a open-ended "we'll talk about it later" or "let's just have some fun together and think about it later." Should I just be patient? Our friendship dynamic has changed. I am aroused just by the thought of being alone with her now. We're hiding things from our parents, friends, and while I feel like I am falling for her more and more, I haven't any clue as to what she is thinking. Too long didn't read. My best friend of 16 years who has never shown interest in me shows up at my college apartment one day and randomly has tax with me. She's been coming over pretty much every other day since the semester started. I've liked her for years, but she won't give a definitive reason as to what this means or where it's going, and it scares me. Why do I feel so much regret despite being so happy? Is this wrong to have this type of relationship with her given how I feel about her?
I wouldn't say so. I'm saying to any dude that's like going through this type of situation, if the girl keeps coming back, just keep doing your thing, bro. Because I'm gonna tell you straight up, you can never, and I mean never, tell a woman that you want a relationship. She's just gonna get turned off. I don't know why to them it's just like that, but it is. The only time they're happy about it is when you're marrying them, and this is when you're in the relationship. So I would say, wait for her to address it, and then you'll be good, bro. Just keep digging out the guts. Have your fun, bro. And if anything, go hang out with other women, bro. It's probably what you weren't doing. You were probably just focusing on yourself and digging her out. So that's probably what she was thinking, or just what you were doing, period. But if you were hanging out with other women and dealing with other women, ooh, yeah, she probably would have said something. Probably. Emotions would have got turned up real quickly.
Obviously, the SI time with her is a dream come true for me. She is a gorgeous girl, and friends, family all throughout school have always joked about us dating or hooking up. I don't know if I can ever go back to seeing her as just a best friend without the benefits, and the fact that I don't know if that's the same for her scares me. Am I overthinking this? Should I just enjoy it while it lasts? Update. The previous from my first post too long didn't read. My best friend of 16 years who has never shown interest in me shows up at my college apartment one day and randomly has tax with me. She's been coming over pretty much every other day since the semester started. I've liked her for years, but she won't give a definitive reason as to what this means or where it's going, and it scares me. Despite most people, including many of my closest friends, telling me to just end things with her or force her into a decision, I decided to just write it out, accepting that I'd probably get tossed to the side when someone better came around for her. We went on to be FWB for about 4 months, and those were honestly the most nerve-wracking months of my life, never knowing when or if it was going to end or what she was really thinking.
See, that's why you're supposed to have other women during that time. I'm telling you, bro, that 4 months wouldn't have been that long. It wouldn't have been that long if you just focused on yourself throughout that 4 months, bro. And focus on yourself and dig out some other girls. I'm telling you, she probably would have came into a decision really quickly. But, things ended up working out.
I tried my best to play it off as if it didn't bother me, but really it was a bittersweet time for me. After our school semester ended, we drifted apart a little bit. We both were spending time with family and friends. We both had extremely busy semesters and spent most of the time studying or with one another, so it was expected. She ended up going on vacation with her parents to visit her grandparents in England. She did invite me to come along months ago, but I already had other obligations, so I couldn't go with her despite wanting to. We did talk on the phone a few times while she was away. I actually had annual soccer tournament with my traveling team, and we met this all-girls team at the tournament that I was telling her about it since she plays soccer as well. She seemed happy for me that I was having fun, but I could tell that it was bothering her. I just chalked it up to maybe I sounded like I was bragging or something.
See, when she heard that you was possibly hanging out with other chicks, it turned on something. That's exactly why you're supposed to be dating other chicks. It turns their relationship mode and wanting to lock you in on when they know you got other girls. It just turns it on. I don't make the rules, man. I report them.
2 weeks later, she asks me if I can pick her up from the airport because she flew back early and she nearly knocks me over. She hugs me so tightly. She never shown so much intimacy in public before. She even tells me that she really missed me. It's like 8 p.m. and we go to Starbucks. She's being like really different. A lot quieter than normal, and she seems a little nervous around me, like she wants to say something. Eventually she confesses that she realizes that she does like me as more than just a friend, and she apologizes for her unfairness making me wait so long before giving me an answer. She tells me that before she left she didn't really know what she wanted. She didn't know if she wanted a relationship or if she was ready to be in one. She said that she was afraid to get into a relationship with me, only to realize that she didn't want it and feared that our friendship would be never bounce back.
AKA meaning that she wasn't sure she was going to be fully attracted to him, because of course when you physically look like that dude, that nibble, when you look like that man to a woman, yeah, she gonna want to give you some. But then when she realizes that you don't got no other girls wanting you, she's just like she looks that sees the other girls may want you, but you never actually go for her. You actually don't do nothing. It makes her seem like, is this dude a man? Like, what the fuck? That's why she gets edgy like that. But once she heard like that, just like you pointed out, once she noticed that you was out, doing a soccer gig with your homies and the homegirls, you know what I'm saying? She heard the homegirls, and she was just like, she was thinking that you possibly was digging out some other girls while she was gone. And she was like, oh, heck no. No. Telling you, it turns them on quick. It turns that relationship thing on quickly. Turns that on real quickly.
She told me that she experienced a lot of things in England and was sad that she wasn't able to experience them together. She talked to her older sister who lives in England, who really put in some good words for me. So we're officially dating and everything has been awesome. Couldn't be happier. Sorry if this update is a bit lacking. I tried to summarize 3 weeks worth into this post without making it a novel. But if you have any questions about anything, just let me know. Thanks for the advice on the original post, really gave me some solid perspective. Too long didn't read. We're finally dating and everything is great. I guess it pays too. Be patient sometimes. We'll be celebrating our first month on the 1st of July. 4th story. How to make my 30 male wife 35 female understand that working from home is serious work. Relationships. I 30 male know this is the hot topic of the pandemic, but I feel like a broken record player. I've been trying to explain that I still work full time. Just as much as ever. Over and over again since April 2020, and nothing seems to get through to her 35 female for very long. I actually clocked more hours than ever last year because our vacations were minimal and I called in less. When I was sick, had a headache, etc., I was more likely to work because I could just grab my laptop in bed. Whereas before the pandemic I would just take a sick day. Anyways, my wife has a job where she often only works 4 days a week, and has been getting a lot more time off due to her workplace closing more often due to the pandemic. Her salary hasn't been affected. She'll often come into where I am working and talk a lot or ask me a lot of questions. Like, how do I mount this TV? Where should I set up the circle saw? A lot of home improvement questions because we just bought a new house. I am not very handy. If I know something, it's because I Googled it. So I'll be like, Google it. I am working. I can't just answer all of your questions all day. Then she pouts. I just thought if you knew, then it would be quicker to ask. And then act like I was being a huge jerk, despite this conversation basically taking place every week for the last year. Often she gets home around 3 p.m. on her work days and will start talking to me. A little chatting is fine. I can take breaks, but sometimes she'll be like, you're done for the day, and say we should do something together. And every time, I am like, I am working until 5. I work 9 to 5. Working from home doesn't change that. And she'll roll her eyes. Or she makes all these comments that imply I am just sitting at home all day. She thinks I am just living it up like Ferris Bueller or something, when really I am basically in front of my computer from 9 to 5 working, oftentimes in Zoom meetings or on the phone. When she makes comments like these, I'll explain that I work all day and she'll be like, yeah, I know, I was just joking. Also, I deal with any and all contractors, repairman, internet people that come over because I am just at home, of course. I tried to schedule one repairman to come on Friday, her day off, so she could deal with them because I had literally met 3 different contractors, repairmen, etc. before then, and figured it was fair for her to take one, and she was like, that's my day off. She'll also get mad at me if I tell her to keep the volume down if she's off work and I am working. What do I have to say for her to understand? At this point I am almost excited to go back into the office. We do have a dog though, and it has been good for me to stay at home for her. I am just so tired of having the same fight over and over again. Too long didn't read. I have to constantly defend working from home to my wife, and yet she never understands. I don't know how to explain it to her for once and for all. Thanks for watching. Consider
I say, homie, to fix that situation, get a work studio. Rent out a place that you can work for a cheap, for a cheap price, and just chill and work there, though. Then she'll think of things differently. But for what it sounds like, she is very unappreciative. So either she gotta leave the house or you gotta leave the house. One of those two have to happen for that last scenario. But I wonder what you guys think of this type of style of videos, you know what I'm saying? Of hearing about other people's relationships on Reddit that men don't usually talk about and express to themselves. That's why they go on Reddit to be incognito about it. But it's crazy, man. Like, it can get really crazy. You can see how women in this video just very unappreciative of what they have. You know what I'm saying? They're just very unappreciative. And it's just crazy to me. Very crazy. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on the gram if you want to send me any other topics, you know what I'm saying, that I can, hover over and discuss. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.
Yeah. Kingdom grind. We don't want no dimes. I'm rich this time. Pay the crap no mind.